Welcome you today. Today I'm going to talk about the role of the innovative tourism elements of the settlement system and the thematic routes in the development of the tourism of Transcarpathia. A települési rendszer és a tematikus útvonalak innovatív turisztikai elemeinek szerepéről a kárpátaljai turizmus fejlesztésében fogok ma beszélni. Я хочу вам сьогодні відповісти про роль інноваційних туристичних елементів системи розселення та тематичних маршрутів розвитку закарпатського туризму. My name is Erika Todierishko and I am a teacher at the Hungarian Transcarpathian college named after Ferenc Rákóczi II, and I am a graduate student at the Mukachevo State University as well. So first of all, the region which I'm going to talk about, so Transcarpathia, that is Zakarpatska Oblast, is very important from the point of view of tourism. It borders on several countries, and from this point, it's crucial in tourism as well. So it is very rich in historic, ethnic, and also natural resources. So that's why I would like to highlight the importance of tourism in this region. For the development of the tourist and recreational settlement systems, special areas of entertainment and leisure with full range of tourist and excursion services, intensification of social activity, and the increase in the level of the quality of life, including rural areas, is the creation of tourist thematic villages. The themed tourist village is one of the ways to restore and develop alternative economies where services, including those related to knowledge and emotions, are playing an increasingly important role. The main effort here is not to create the conventional tourism infrastructure, but also to create suggestions relating to feelings and education, for example, workshops, educational programs, games, and entertainment as well. The object of the research is the thematic villages as the thematic elements of settlement systems of the tourist complex and the role of thematic routes in this process. The role of thematic routes in the development of the tourism of Transcarpathia is crucial. The current facilities and the endowment of the region could be used for spacious routing processes and the development as well. Spacious routing processes are very important, so we have to take into consideration the risk factor, which is associated with the fact that the spacious routing processes require considerable detail. One of the most problematic places in the identification of the content of the basis adjustments, rules, instructions, manuals, which should aim at the production of the changes in the environment which tourism and recreation and tides operate, the recognition of the cluster and the sequential variation of the multiple inputs of its constitutes. The subject of the study is the settlement system of Transcarpathia and the formation of the thematic tourist centers within it. The purpose of the study is to reveal the socio-geographical prerequisites of the formation and transformation of the settlement system of the Transcarpathian region and the prospects for creating and highlighting its innovative tourist elements. The keywords are settlement system, tourism, recreation cluster, regional management, cluster development, cluster identification, spacious routing, and thematic routes. To reveal the role of the innovative models, the following tasks need to be solved. The study of the settlement system as a scientific category, its main elements and varieties, identifies the features of the tourist space in the system of socio-economic development of settlements. To study the settlement system as a factor of anthropogenic impact on the tourist space of the region, to reveal the socio-geographical preconditions for the formation and transformation of the settlement system of the Transcarpathian region, to offer territorial models of a settlement system within the tourist context, to study the foreign experience of functioning the thematic settlements as innovative elements of the settlement system of the tourist complex, to substantiate prospects of creating innovative tourist elements of the settlement system of the Transcarpathian region, and to use the geographical, ethnical, religious, historical, unique endowments and facilities of the region for creating tourism and recreating clusters. The process of creating thematic tourist destinations is the most widespread in Poland. So this was the foreign country on which I was dealing in to show an example for you, which can be used in Transcarpathia as well. So one of the most interesting examples is the village of Hobbits, which is located in Poland. This Hobbit village is one of the thematic villages that were created as a part of the project, whose main goal was to activate the village and integrate the local community into the scene. So it's very important that not only the village was created, but also groups can take part in open games for the World of Tolkien's books here. As well, there are some handicapped craft workshops during which they can learn the secrets of wool making, weaving, and felting. That is, it gives you an additional aspect. So it gives you the feeling of being there in that time, creating things with your hand, doing this things can help you to have a special interest in this field. So this project has started for a part in Transcarpathia as well. In the Carpathian Mountains, for example, some point of this example is used now. They are building a Hobbit village as well. I hope that they will have such thematic elements as well. If we look at this picture, so you can see here some other examples. For example, the labyrinth. So the village of Labyrinth is very important, as this is an ability which we can use here in Transcarpathia as well. So we have the space for it. So we can plant this pepperotes as well here in Transcarpathia, or from other plants we can also create labyrinths as well, which can be interesting for tourists, for young groups, for school children as well, and it can be a unique thematic place again. Another thematic village is the end of the world. So you can see here some pictures of it. So we have historical places as well, so we can create a thematic village to it as well. We have a themed house, the lavender field. We can plant lavenders in Transcarpathia as well. It's also an option for making photos, making handmade products, and using it for different touristic points. So it's also an example from Poland, which is really useful, and it really works in the promotion of tourism of Poland as well. The village of Don Quixote is another example. The village of Sand and Stone, the village of Mushroom, the village of Children, Flower, Fantasy, and others are also showing us great examples which can be used in Transcarpathia as well. It's really not hard to imagine these places even being in Transcarpathia, so why not? So we should try and have this for an example as a useful one to develop our tourism as well. If we think of the perspectives for the creation of innovative tourist elements of the settlement system of the Transcarpathian region, it's very important to highlight four main types. So these four primary types were identified in the statistical analysis of the 17 types of the tourist centers. These four primary types are the axiological, that is value, the ecological, that is natural, recreational, that is health, and mountain. So these four types are the most important four types which were identified during the study. So here you can also see some pictures which help you to imagine which places could be used for the thematic point of view as well. So the development of the tourism and recreation cluster should be realized in those areas of Ukraine where there is a qualitative core for the development, which we consider as a collection of valuable tourist resources. Transcarpathia, as I mentioned, is rich in it, so why not to use it? We have to use it as to develop our touristic potential, namely the natural ones like water, bonal, forest, climate, man-made object, historical, cultural, and infrastructural resources. These points are very important as we have it here. We have to develop simply thematic routes, thematic places to it, and it could be more interesting for tourists as well, and we could create touristic products with it. It's important to study the paradigm of cluster performance and the features of network analysis of tourism and recreation enterprises as elements of cluster network. This network of map travel predictions clustered by topical similarity. You can have here a look at the travel motivators, industry improvements, and travel destinators. So these points work for Transcarpathia as well, so it can be used for our point as well. So the development of the domestic clusters is realized through the formation of a vision for future development and the implementation of planned organizational changes. So it's possible in one of these three scenarios. So the mechanical, expert, and system. The mechanical one provides a growth through cooperation, commercialization, and introduction of the innovative ideas in the field of tourism and recreation and temporary recruitment. The expert is realized on the basis of the opinion of expert group, as which qualified human capital of the tourism and recreation cluster can be used. This scenario creates a high probability of shaping the vision of changes based on the authority of individual cluster members, regardless of the state and the external environment. The third one is the system, and this allows linking all organizational changes of the tourism cluster and the recreation with its development, provided that the external environment and the internal control effect are considered in the interaction based on the illustration. So for thematic routes, it's very important that we have to take into consideration a number of special aspects when we are organizing them. We have to take into account the authentic places, the local initiation, experiencing of the globalization in the tourism as well. And we can state that success is based on innovation here. It's very important that these thematic routes can be created as a new product in tourism. Regarding heritage tourism, product, service, organization, and the process innovations are equally required as new ways of being competitive. If we have to develop this new touristic product, we have to create ideas, we have to select the best idea, we have to develop and test the conception, we have to elaborate the marketing strategy, we have to examine the profitability, we have to develop this product, make a test, and then we can enter the market. Models of travel can be seen here. So these models are also used here in our case, and it can be used for the development of our product as well. The thematic routes in Uzhgorod gives us an example for the ways of development of thematic routes. So walking around Uzhgorod in search of mini sculptures is a kind of thematic route, as it shows us Uzhgorod from another point of view. This way we can download a smart application to our phone, walk around the city and find out these mini sculptures. So this can be used for several other towns of Transcarpathia as well, and we can have a look at the same territory from another point of view. It's very popular among tourists, and it's also very interesting for them if they can simply download an application on their phone and they can use it for looking around in the city or in the town or in the area. So we can have a point, for example, from the regional aspect or from the historical heritage or from the gastronomical features, or as this way we have a point of view from mini sculptures. So why not? So we can use it for several thematic points as well, and also for several places in Transcarpathia. Another themed route can be shown by the Transcarpathian Interest. They presented a military themed route. So it's called the Arpad line. You can visit the Transcarpathian territory and you can visit the Carpathian Mountains from this point of view. So you can visit this military themed route. Why not? It's again a thematic route which can be visited in Transcarpathia. You can go to the Carpathian Mountains and have a visit from this point of view. The results is the experience of European countries shows, and the creation of tourist thematic areas promotes active, ecologically clean recreation of tourists. This knowledge of the origins of the local population, the folklores, the traditions, the development of the gastronomic tourism, the study and the revival of folk crafts and natural tourist resources is very important, as our territory is rich in it. So why not to use it? We have to develop these features, and we have to promote it to the tourists of our region. This innovative approach can result in increasing the population of rural settlements and improving the quality of life. It can enhance the economy of the region and promote the touristic features of the given territory, resulting in the improvement of the well-being of the local people in their quality of life. Thank you for your attention. I have shown you here some pictures of Transcarpathia, which are really picturesque, and I think it's very important to visit for everyone. I hope to see you in Transcarpathia once and visit our thematic routes as well. Thank you for your attention again.